Do you know the feeling of coming back home from work and just being too tired to do anything? But that being said, you still scroll on social media, you spend too much time procrastinating, you think about the stuff you could be doing without actually doing it, and then you feel quite bad at the end of that, feeling like you wasted your time. If that sounds familiar, I'm gonna tell you 5 things that work for me that help me stop wasting my time after work and spend my evenings in a more meaningful way. And stay until the 5th one because that one is the most counterintuitive. Tip number 1 is that to start your evening, you actually need to properly finish your workday. And what helps me is making a to-do list for the next day so that my brain can actually switch off and not hold on to that information and the stuff that I need to, for example, message someone about or put a meeting in the calendar. I just drop all my thoughts down. I do it in a loop. If you are in Microsoft Teams, you might also have that functionality. I literally write out my whole week at the start of the week by day and what I need to do when. And then at the end of the day, I mark the stuff that I've done in green. I've marked the stuff that I have started in orange. It's in progress. And I also mark the stuff that I haven't done yet in red. What that does is that just closes all the tabs in your brain that you're holding that are not letting you detach and free up the brain space for other things. Tip number 2 is pick one big thing per evening and no more than that. I have made this mistake many times where I plan too much. And what happens? I get burnt out. So not to do that, I would really recommend to not have any more than one key thing that you're planning for your time after work. For me, some of the common things that I plan is a dance class, going to the gym, seeing a friend, or for example, filming a YouTube video like I'm doing now. That's going to be my big thing for tonight, and I'm not planning to do any more than that. It helps me feel accomplished if I have done that one thing. The tendency is to overplan and then underperform. So if you've planned one thing and you've done one thing, you're actually going to feel like your evening was successful and you spend it well, you spend it intentionally. Tip number 3 is for people who really enjoy being at home like me. And the tip is to stack things that require you to go somewhere with other things that require you to go somewhere. And I'll give you an example. It is when I go to the office, those tend to be the days that I go to a dance class straight after. I just take my dance clothes with me, I change in the office after work, and then I walk to my dance studio, I take the class, and then I come home. If I don't do that, if for example I was working from home and then I plan to go to a dance class, it just takes me a little bit more to push through that resistance of I am so tired, I want to stay at home. So to minimize that resistance, what I tend to do is just plan both things together. I'm making it easier for myself to show up. Another example is going to the gym. So for me, I have so far managed to go to the gym about twice a week. I really enjoy it. It makes me feel good. But there have also been a couple of times where I've maybe not gone in a few days and you get out of the habit a little bit. And the longer you don't go, the harder it gets to go. So again, what helped me get out of that pattern was to take my gym clothes with me to work, and then I would go straight from work to the gym, and then from the gym I would walk home. And once you get kind of back into it, then you feel good again, and then it gets a bit easier. Number 4 is write-off days. I don't know if I have invented this, but this is something that I kind of think in my brain. If I have a day where things are just not happening, you just feel like you're pushing to go up a mountain and everything is tough and your brain is just not in the zone. And what I tend to do sometimes, if I don't intentionally counteract it, is I just stay at the laptop the whole time and I really try. I try different things. I try a timer. I try to listen to some music so that hopefully it gives me a bit more motivation. I try to do a bit of exercise and then get back to work. But there are days where productivity is not going to happen, and that is okay because it is going to be compensated by other days where you have the energy and you have the capacity to work very productively for longer. Your body and your brain will naturally have a bit of kind of ups and downs when it comes to your productivity. It's not linear. You can't always predict it. And as much as if you have a harsh deadline, yeah, you should get it done. But if you don't have anything that's burning, anything on fire, metaphorically or practically, then it might be okay and actually better for you to just say, you know what, let me count this as a write-off day. I'm gonna log off on time or even a bit early. And I'm gonna just spend the rest of the evening on something that I want to do, an activity, see a friend, and start your evening without the guilt of feeling like until I get these things done, I'm not allowed to log off, because what's going to end up happening, as I know with my own experience, you're going to stay at the laptop until very late evening. Maybe towards a very late evening, you're going to get like a little bit done, but then you'll be so tired and feel absolutely horrible that you've spent the whole day on something that could have taken you a few hours. And I think what is better to do, push the task to tomorrow and then plan when I'm gonna do it, set myself up for a very good day tomorrow by getting enough sleep, by going to the office if I need to, being in a productive environment. And today, just let my brain not do that. It's fine, it happens, just allow it. Final tip number 5 is to actually put in your calendar, or just in your mind, plan some days when you're gonna intentionally rest with no structure. I do this by looking at my week, and for example, if every evening of the week is filled with something, but there's one day left, say a Wednesday or a Monday, when the evening is free, I'm gonna, in my head, just decide that that is gonna be the day that I do a girl evening in. I'm gonna watch some Netflix, I'm gonna have my ramen, I'm gonna relax, I'm gonna do all the doom scrolling that I want, and I'm just not gonna have any pressure to be productive. Because if you always expect both your days to be productive at work and your evenings to be productive outside of work, you're gonna just run so fast that you're gonna run out of steam and be burnt out. So to avoid that, I think rest and recharging is very important. And if you can allocate at least, I'd say, one day a week, that tends to be enough for me to not go insane, just to recharging. Those are the things that help me. If they help you as well, please let me know. Do also let me know your tips. And I think you might enjoy this video if you enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.